Welcome, welcome back to those who's been here before. If you are new here, hi, I'm Ren. You can call me Rickety Ren because on this channel, I don't post on time. Nothing happens like it's supposed to happen. So, sometimes it's a bit rickety. So, I want to talk about, well, I want to talk a little about 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days. Mainly three couples, or I don't know, just a few people from those couples, because it's something that bugs me and I keep seeing it over and over and over. And it's these people on whether it be 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, 90 Day the other way, 90 Day, all of the 90 Day franchise. They've had multiple people, maybe some seasons you only have one, but they have multiple people who, I wouldn't say it's a culture shock. It's not a culture shock. It's just ignorance. Just multiple people who are just ignorant to other cultures. And I say ignorant because they're choosing this ignorance. They're choosing to look at these, whether it be religion or just regional cultures, completely different, and just they make themselves a foreigner. Like, you can go to a place that you are a foreigner to, and you don't have to be a stranger. You don't have to be completely just like blown away about everything that you learn, or just completely ignore everything that's going on and say, oh, but I'm American, and in America this is what we do. Like, it's baffling how these people can go to places, like they'll have relationships, or what they call relationships, with people outside of their culture, outside of their religion, and just like the thought of somewhat conforming to the other person's culture is just so out of the question. It's just so no. I will not do that because I'm an American. It blows my mind that people actually think this way. And I want to just talk about Avery's mom, Terry, and Rebecca. Mainly because Rebecca pissed me off this episode, and also Terry pissed me off this episode. Why? Okay, let's start with Terry. So Terry and Avery and Omar goes out to get dinner at this Syrian restaurant, even though they're in Tunisia, right? Was it Tunisia or Lebanon? Where did they go? I think they went to Lebanon to meet. So they went to a Syrian restaurant. I think Omar is trying to show them a little bit from his culture. So they're ordering food, and they asked Omar, what's good, what's there to eat, what do you recommend, since he's Syrian and they've never had Syrian food. And he recommended something to them. I don't even remember the name of the food, but he said it has eggplants and meat. And they're like, and Terry is like, no eggplants, stay away from the eggplant. Okay, I understand if she doesn't like eggplant, but why is she telling Avery to stay away from the eggplant? I don't know if she was trying to make a joke about like the eggplant emoji. Like, we all know what that means. I don't know if she's trying to say, don't have sex. Like, we know Avery been doing the deed, okay? So don't even make that joke, because it's not like she's some little virgin girl. Because if she was some virgin girl, Omar wouldn't have anything to worry about, honey. But we know she's not. But the first thing that started to piss me off in this transaction between Omar and Avery and Terry is not just the food and her talking about the eggplant. It's her deliberately going out of her way to ask Avery if she will have a glass of wine because she's celebrating. Mind you, Avery is 19, and even though it would be legal in the country that they're in for her to drink, I don't understand why this mom would be forcing, this American mom who always talk about her Americanness, would be telling her 19-year-old daughter that, yeah, you should definitely get wine. You should get wine. It's not, and then if Avery's saying, Mom, I don't drink, I'm not drinking. Like, even if Avery been drinking undercover while she's at home with you for the past 6 months that she claimed to be Muslim, you don't have to rat her out in that position. Like, you don't have to make it seem like it's like, are you telling the law that it's normal that your daughter drinks? So people are like, oh yeah, she always let her 19-year-old daughter drink. I mean, it's, some parents are okay with it. Like, not every parents are uptight about it. When I was 19, if I was in the house and, you know, I could have like a beer, like that's no big deal. And of course, when I was in college at 19, like, shit, I drank a lot. We've all been there. However, I'm just saying, for a parent to be forcing, like, no, stop with that. If she says she don't drink and Omar says it's not because of the religion, it's because it's not healthy. That's why he's telling her not to drink and smoke. It's not because they can do it, it's just it's not healthy. And, well, maybe the drinking thing. Maybe the drink. She's like, well, then she decides to order an alcoholic beverage. She's like, I'll have a Long Island iced tea. And I'm like, does this man even know how to make you a damn Long Island iced tea? You ain't in America. Like, everybody else is ordering something that's non-alcoholic. Like, it wouldn't kill you to just go along with what's going on if you notice that other people around you, like, this isn't, they're not used to seeing women come in and order hard alcohol and all of that stuff. So, like, you cannot drink for like a few seconds. Like, order some tea. I'm really just using that as an excuse so I can drink that tea. But anyways, let me continue. Then she pulls out her phone and she's like, so I was looking this thing up about Muslim wife and what the husbands do. And this says that you are basically his property and you are a prisoner, and he can hit you if you decide that you don't want to do what he asks you to do. So are you going to hit my daughter, Omar? Are you going to hit Avery? And Omar is just like, what are you talking about? So in the confessional, we see that Omar thinks that Terry is being disrespectful to his culture, and I agree. She goes on in a whole tangent about how it says there, right there in the Quran, and Omar is like, that's not in the Quran. That's not what you're looking at. You're looking at a different book, and a lot of us do not practice from that book anymore because we think that it's a bit extreme and it makes the religion look bad. And Avery was like, oh, let's look at the Old Testament and see what that says, which is a fantastic idea because, honey, you should not be drinking as well because the Lord says your body is a temple and you do not put things inside the temple that will cause it to be inebriated. So if we're gonna talk about religions, okay, let's talk about Christianity too. Okay, and I know about Christianity, and yes, I know they said in moderation, okay, but even a little bit can go a long way, and she's drinking a Long Island iced tea, so she planning to get looked up, okay? So do not go there. And I like that Avery saw what she was doing and decided to step in and say, since we're gonna talk about religion, let's talk about your religion, because that also has things that are extreme. So moving on from Terry and her ignorance and on to Rebecca. Rebecca decided that she's going to wear the sleeveless blouse to the club with Ziad. In the club, we see another woman. She's fully covered. She has her hijab on. And they're arguing still about what she's wearing. And she decided she's gonna take off her jacket. And that obviously made it worse for Ziad, because she's trying to prove a point to Ziad, because he said to her that when you wear shirts like that, people around you will think that you're a bad person. And she says, Ziad thinks I'm a bad person because I wear this. Completely ignoring everything that he just said to her. She knows that he has limited English, or he has a limited vocabulary in English. So some of the things that he says does not always come out exactly how he means. And I can tell by watching the fucking thing that that's not what he meant. He's trying to explain to her. Because he says, in America, that would be fine. But here in Tunisia, when you wear that, you look like what they think is a bad person. No, what she hears is, you wear that, I think you're a bad person, because she's so into herself. She's so self-centered and insecure that she feels like anything he says is an attack on her and just her. So she decides that she's gonna be a rebel and she's gonna take off her jacket because she wants to prove a point to him. Like, everything she does is proving a point. I'm like, who has the power here? Because she wants to think that she has the power here. But honey, you flew halfway around the world for a dick appointment. So who really have the power here? Because if you could find Ziad in America, wherever you live in America, you wouldn't be there. You wouldn't be in Tunisia, honey. So he still hold the power, even though you think you hold the power. You don't, honey. You don't. You rented a car so you can stay there for how long? You've been spending money on this dude. Who paying for that hookah that he's smoking? Is it you or is it him? Who has the power here? You or him? Because it seemed like he sure as hell have all the power, because he's controlling how you spend that money. Now tell me I'm wrong. I know I'm not wrong. I know I'm completely right. Okay, Rebecca? So when you're trying to, I don't know, be, win in this pissing war, because it's pointless. When you're trying to prove that you have this power, you have to look at the bigger picture. You don't have as much power as you think you do, hon. And for her to take off her jacket to prove something, it just shows that he might be the 26-year-old. He's acting younger than 26 or whatever his age is. He's acting younger because he's throwing a fit and everything. But she is acting just as childish. Like, she's acting childish because she's like, she have to prove a point. The guy started looking at her tattoos, and now Ziad is pissed off because now he's staring. Now he's thinking, this dude is there feeling some type of way, and he's looking at her and he's judging her. And now I'm with her, I need to defend her. What are you looking at? Stop looking at me. So now Ziad is in this argument, and she feels like Ziad is just in this argument because he doesn't like other men looking at her. And she doesn't recognize that in this environment, this man is possibly judging you and thinking that you look like a damn slut to cover up. I don't know how she didn't get that. You're not in America, people. If you're not in America, things are different, okay? In some other countries, it's just the same. But when you are in countries that you know for a fact is not the same as America when it comes to the culture of clothes, when it comes to clothes you wear, and what the meaning behind every garment that you wear changes when you're in different cultures. So when you know that you are outside of what you're used to, it's not hard to just go with the flow for the moment. You're there for like 2 weeks. Okay, you can't wear something that's not sleeveless for 2 weeks. Like that's the bare minimum. Maybe not show your tattoos everywhere you go. There's some countries that tattoos are illegal. Okay, they look at you like, oh, you're a gangster. Like everywhere you go, people aren't completely accepting of tattoos and piercings. So what do? If you're at work and you're doing a job that requires that you do not have any tattoos showing, what do? You wear a long sleeve, or you cover it up. You cover up your tattoos. You're not allowed to wear piercings. You take out your piercings. You take out all the rings. When I'm at work, I only wear one. You only see two earrings in my ears. However, I have piercings. I have more than 2 piercings in my ears. So it's not hard to conform to those little things. It's not like Ziad was promising to do some messed up stuff to you and you had to prove your power in that moment. No. He's not saying that he's gonna club you over your head if you don't take off the shirt. He's not. Like, there's no reason to be like, I bet you would. And the other person I want to talk about is Benjamin and Akini, because listen, y'all. Okay, Akini, she's cute. She has like a nice shape. I like how she looks good. Akini is out of Benjamin's league. However, Benjamin isn't bad either. I just think you could use to, you could lose a little bit of the belly. And even Akini was like, oh, you're big. It's true. And Americans are big. Americans are huge. It's true. But I want to say this, and I guess this can also ties into culture as well. The way people feel about cultural differences. If Benjamin was acting the way, I don't even want to say it like that. No. Akini, when Akini met Benjamin for the first time at the airport, it comes off a little bit fetishizing, like the things that she was saying. I don't know, like it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I know it was like her first time, like being like that intimate with somebody who's not black, or not African, I should say. But it felt a little weird. Like, imagine Benjamin saying the things that Akini said to Akini. Imagine Benjamin comes off the plane and he's like, oh, your hair. And he started rubbing on her hair. And, oh, it's not like mine. It feels different than mine. And start, oh, your skin. It's not as hairy as mine. It's like, look at it. It's brown. Oh, is this, oh, so Kenyan people, they really are short. Like, like imagine if she was saying something along the lines of the type of things that Akini's saying, and I know she's excited, but it's a little cringy that she's kind of sort of fetishizing him. It's weird. And I also, okay, I understand that. I guess he expected that a little. Like, that's the reason why he was saying that he's pretty flat for a white guy. You know, like he seemed to have a type and seemed to perhaps only seek out women of the darker persuasion. Okay, so maybe, he knows what he's getting himself into, and he himself might be doing a little bit of fetishism too. So who knows? Maybe he fetishizing her too. He's just a little bit more on the down low with it, because maybe he's hip to the game. You gotta do it behind closed doors. It was like, oh, I love your big butt. Yeah, I love that dark chocolate skin. I don't know what do people would like. What do people say when they have fetishes and they I don't know. Okay. It's late, y'all. I've been working all day. I got my tea and my cookie brownie, and I'm gonna have a good night, okay? I'm gonna bid you adieu and good night. And I would love to talk about Darcy and Tom, but ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. And Jamie and that other girl, I don't know. I find them boring right now. They need to do something. I don't care if she mad about Vanessa or whatever her name is. It's like they're not giving me the opportunity to care. I don't care about them. Like, I'm sorry. Maybe I'll start caring about them later on. But I definitely care about Darcy, because Darcy know how to make good TV. Like, Darcy will milk a situation and cry if she needs to. Let me stop before I start doing some Drake. Okay? Let me go. Good night. Okay? Like, comment, subscribe if you wanna, if you don't wanna, it's all up to you. Do what you like, do what you love, do what you love. Bye.